All right. So know that Potsy is still in Canada for a couple of days, so suspect it might be a little early for them, but they did make it last week, so I don't know.
Oh, right. Because it's probably 8 in the morning or something like that over there.
It is 8 in the morning. But Long
if they had a show, I don't know if they might have had a show last night and they're still recovering.
Well, it was I mean, the show that they were promoting stuff was last week. So yeah, maybe they had one that kind of an impromptu thing. Who knows? All right, so I got a track here by, I'm not sure if it's a collective or musician or what the deal is. Like a single artist kind of thing. But the name on the YouTube and on Bandcamp is Droplets with a Z. And I haven't watched this video, but I did kind of poke around on their YouTube. And it looks like a pretty big proponent of their artistry is like murals, which I didn't pick up on that when I listened to the Bandcamp album. So at first I was kind of like, well, is this even like, a musician, or is this just like a dude who has some YouTube videos about making his murals? But it looks like that like I said, I don't know if it's a single person or a collective, but it looks like they're doing both. So this particular track is the Droplets Mural Compilation 2015 to 2020. And then somewhere on here, I thought it said something about the music. Oh, okay, yeah. If I could just read the description here. It says, I am not just a muralist, though. It is important as I am as a working artist to have many income streams. I also write music, sell sample packs, teach lessons, design logos, album art, and just about anything people ask me to create. Okay, the song you are hearing on this video is called Smoke and Mirrors from my Fluid Focus album. That's what I mean.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
We're not the pictures on the film stock. We're the light that shines through. All else is just smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors.
I wonder if that dude's last name is Droplets.
Where do you know where he's from?
Oh, but that the website was johndroplets.com. So an unusual last name. Here we go. It says his name is John Plelhinger. Yeah, not real sure. Sorry, John. Let's see here. Surely there is some information about where he is, since he physically makes murals. Somewhere in North America.
Wow,
Very
well,
mysterious.
very, very talented. I mean, damn, like I wish I had a white picket fence so he could paint it.
Yeah, for sure.
And the beats are dope too. It was like
Yeah.
like filtered over time, like morphing. I really felt that. That was really dope.
I'm trying to figure out where this dude is from. You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna drop another track and then try to figure out where this guy is from. He went to Metropolitan State University, which I feel like could be in like 27 different states. I mean,
I'm sure.
there's probably not a Metropolitan State University in Wyoming or Montana. But, you know, other than those two, I bet it could be anywhere. Like even Idaho has Boise, you know? So, yeah, that one's gonna take some some research there.
Well, looking at it up, it says that it's in St. Paul.
Yeah, but there's got to be more than one Metropolitan State University.
Yeah, you're right. There's one of Denver also, it looks like. But in Wikipedia has it as Minnesota. Oh, regardless.
Yeah,
I thought it was Europe, honestly. Like usually with somebody's tagging up that much shit, it seems like.
I mean, we have some nice murals, but I didn't recognize any of those. It's possible, but yeah, we got there's a Bob Dylan mural downtown, which I think people like. Well, it's downtown Minneapolis. Like Bob Dylan was born in Minnesota, but I think a lot of people are kind of like, well, you know, he kind of got out as soon as he could. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't like Prince, who was like, you know, very
made
associated.
It his town.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, there's a Prince mural. I wouldn't say that that's strictly speaking downtown, but there's like at least 3 official definitions of downtown. I'm not gonna bore anybody with,
I'm sure,
with what they are. So that I think it hits one of the official definitions. So we call it downtown. All right, so I'm gonna try to figure out where this guy is from during the next track, which also has looks like a pretty interesting video. So the artist that I'm familiar with here is Avi Rosenfeld. He's out of Israel, and it's a I'm gonna say a compilation. It's not a compilation. It's also not really a duet. Collaboration. That's the word. It's a collaboration with Stefano Stex. SBR Cibradello. Yeah, names are killing me. But this track is called My Billie Jean.
don't you take away my feelings in. I remember my feelings in. I remember my feelings in. On the road to see you again. Let me see. On the way to Kansas, I just fell upon my knee. I just couldn't keep walking, I just couldn't hear and see. I was dreaming of the moment that it ever won't go. If I could live again that moment, I would never let you go. I remember my feelings
Wow, that really fucking rocked. Got definitely heard that Deep Purple influence in there, and the singer was like had some pipes.
Yeah, Avi, he is very prolific.
I mean, the production was ridiculous. Like even the video. I'm not exactly sure what the song's about, but
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, lots of decent amount of collaborations as well. But Bandcamp only shows like the sidebar with three, and if you have like not a whole lot of releases, then you can see some more. But this dude has been at it for long enough to where like when you click on more releases, you lose the dates. But the first Bandcamp release was 2014, and does maybe I was gonna say it doesn't. Yeah, actually, probably does. He's got at least 3 releases in 2022, and
Does
like
it say? I was just gonna ask if it says if he's playing with a band or if he's doing all of it himself.
yeah, so like the latest release titled After the Battle, he's got everybody credited. So like the first track, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's like 6 dudes. I think they're all dudes. Yeah. And then the second track, actually the second track is my Billie Jean, and that's got 4 people on it. So yeah, it looks like Avi doesn't do any of the singing. So that was the Stefano Stex Sprigadello guy that was on that, and then Eric Cruz is another vocalist that he worked with on this album. Yeah, and it looks like those 2 vocalists went back and forth on this whole 10-track album. But yeah, so like that's a 10-track album, and then like his other 2020 or one of his other 2022 releases is a 10-track album, and then it looks like this name is kind of an interesting name, but I don't see a direct Deep Purple reference, but it's called Very Heapy, Very Purple 13. So
Oh shit.
so that's one of the
He's a Richie Blackmore fan for sure.
Yeah. So but yeah, lots of stuff going on with that guy. But yeah, I don't know how he does his where he gets the all of his collaborators, because it's like different people on different albums. I don't know how he does that. If it's just
because it sounds real tight. I would think he plays out live with them, but maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, not all of them, that's for sure. Because it's so many different people.
Right.
Different ones. But
do you ever reach out to these guys after the fact and be like, "Hey, I just want to let you know we love your music. I was playing it on this international listening, cipher that I have."
No, but a couple of things do happen. So the stuff that I play comes from my my weekly top 10. So and that gets blasted out on Twitter, and so I know that sometimes the musicians, they retweet that or like that.
How do I find that? I don't know if I'm following that.
Yeah, so
what's the handle on Twitter?
It's just it's just my account, DAW Sports. I gave up my music account to the Open Music Network a few years ago because they were getting started, and I was like, well, dude, I have like 300 followers already. Why don't you just take this, and then I'll just have one account and do everything from that.
Okay, so what's the handle? Because I don't know if I'm following you.
Oh, it's DAW. Those are my initials, and then sports. I used to have like DAW music and DAW travel, and I don't really spend a lot of time on Twitter anymore. So,
all right.
But yeah. Oh, the other thing is that if they're on YouTube and have like a YouTube account and stuff, then they'll get notified if they're doing like content ID sort of stuff. It'll be like, oh, you can't monetize this video because the artist is monetizing it. They'll get a little notice that the track is, I mean, I think YouTube is just looking for the, they're just scanning like the music, not the actual video. But sometimes too, it's like it's wrong, like it'll pick up a like a beat that somebody's using. And so it'll list the beat instead of the actual track, which, I mean, I guess that's not really wrong. It's just not as accurate as it could be. I don't know.
I mean, I've definitely had that happen just doing Shazam, and it'll pick up, maybe instead of the sample, it picks up the original or something.
Yeah.
That happened.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. So do you got, I mean, you're like walking around, so I assume you don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm open just for listening, but I just, so I know, because I've only been on this like 3 times. Like, if I wanted to play a video, how do I do it? Do I have to upload it or?
No. So, I don't even know if you can from the phone, but from the
see it says share.
Oh yeah, the share video. Now there is a share audio option, but what we've discovered in the past, and maybe we should try this again sometime, is that the share audio, the audio quality is not as good as sharing it from YouTube. So yeah, that's
so are you
what we do.
Are you on like the Jitsi website or something?
Yeah, that's
okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
I think Cheese does it from the
from a tablet or phone or something. So I think it's possible, but the interface is not really ideal
Got it.
for like copy and pasting stuff in. But yeah, the share audio, we played around with it. It seemed like that would make life a little easier, but the audio quality just wasn't super good. So yeah. And there for a minute, they had a way to like, it was like 2 weeks where you could record locally instead of recording to Dropbox. And then with Dropbox, it like cuts us off after an hour and 58 seconds, which is kind of a random time. But and it doesn't give you like a warning, like, oh yeah, we're cutting you off in, at an hour or something. But I guess one thing is about that is that it keeps us from like going on forever. So that's just kind of.
Do you post this video?
Yeah. The video goes to YouTube. Actually, that's one thing we've talked about trying. I haven't done is you can like schedule on YouTube a live thing, and then I think. Let's see. Yeah, so you can start live stream. We should probably do that. That way people can watch it on YouTube if they want, but yeah, it's just one more thing to do.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So this track it's a pretty interesting album. I don't think this track was on that album that I listened to this week, but the guy his like tags on Bandcamp, one of them was art rap, and I think his like little Bandcamp tagline was something like hip hop for the sleepy or something like that. Not really sure what that means, but it was interesting for sure. But this is S Reedy, maybe S Righty. I'm gonna go with Reedy. And the name of the track is Sicko Mode, and it features. Oh no, the producer rather is Team Astro.
Folgers tastes especially good when there's coffee stains on the bottom of your coffee pot, so I don't clean it. It's nasty brown coffee water. That's when you see that.
I think that I could write a masterclass on how to never be successful. I vent what I regret, but I detest being a handful. It's a crowded sea of fish and I get caught inside the weeds, protesting my existence while I gather all its needs. And how offensive to all contingent cells up in the sky to often act on solipsistic thoughts, when surely hope suffices. With your vices and your patterns, one would think you'd be content, but human nature bears a massive weight, and so I get it. How beknownst of self you are to cancel out the noise. You should be proud of what you are and how you come across as poison, gone from crashing on the couch to writing poems to heal your wounds. And overstepping boundaries as a tool is nothing new. Just hold your head up. A younger you would give you more perspective. They would bask inside the glow of who you are. It's not pretending how dependent we've all become for closure just to visit. But growing old should never be a chore, cause it's a privilege, I know. Slowly but surely I'm fine. Slowly but surely I'm fine. Slowly but surely I'm fine. I know I'm home. When I was 10, I shot a bird with a BB gun for reasons that I can't explain. I watched it fall down to the ground and then it flew away. I just laughed it off and went about my merry way. But I can't help but think about the seeds it planted in my brain. Like my impulses can't be trusted for a minute, and cruelty can dig into beyond the scientific. And life is nothing else if not a series of near misses. And roots can only grow as much as soil is forgiving. So know to soften up won't break apart the niche that you inhabit. The fossils bear
buried in the ground, would love to have your habits. I spent so long believing passion was imagined, and love was quantified in subtle ways for me to ration. I've never been so proud to say you changed my mind and I was wrong. I'm scared to death but taught myself to just embrace the fall. So know to hold on to yourself is just to let it go. Been toe to toe with any feeling I could feel, so I know. Slowly but surely I'm fine. Slowly but surely I'm fine. Slowly but surely I'm fine. I know I'm home.
Yeah, it's dope, man. Definitely a wordsmith, crazy vocab.
Yeah, and the really subdued beat is like he's definitely got like that's like kind of like his style, but then like he mixes it up enough so that it didn't become boring across the album. So
these guys, like, are they on other CC labels, or are they just putting their stuff out and saying, "Hey, use it if you want"?
that is a good question. Most of these guys I think are just kind of doing their own thing. But what I've noticed in the past is that well, I mean, this is true, like for example, like I know that like Time Zone has his own Bandcamp page. So like if you don't dig, like you might not know if somebody's releasing them on a net label. And then like you got dudes like Eddie Palmer. Do you know Eddie?
I don't.
So he's one of the guys in Electric Mirrors, and Fields, Ohio is one of his projects, and what's the other one? Well, I don't know. So like both of those projects have been released on Block Sonic, but like not all this stuff. I think like he has a Fields, Ohio album coming out, but then he's also in Cloud Warmer. I don't think Block Sonic has released anything with Cloud Warmer, but then he also has solo stuff. So like I don't really know like what I suspect he just says like, "Hey Mike, I got this thing coming out this time. You got a spot?" And Mike's like, "No, we got something." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna release it anyway." I suspect how that goes down, but I don't really know. But then there's like his solo stuff and the Cloud Warmer stuff, which like again, he's never released on Block Sonic, so he might just be keeping that stuff separate. But yeah, so I think some of these guys probably are getting picked up every once in a while. But yeah, the net label scene is kind of a weird place.
So like if I just put out that video for Hip Hop Poppycock. If I was gonna put some tags in the description for CC, what should I put? Like, what's the best way that people would find me that are looking for that?
Well, so it's tough on YouTube because they only have like one license that they actually like that you can actually search by, and like so if you go into filters, you can there's like five different top levels, and then there's features, and one of them is Creative Commons, but then they only do the CC BY. So like, I mean, really, if that would be the thing to do, but then like if the track's not CC BY, then that's kind of not I mean, you can put stuff in the description, and you can use the
What it-
tag Creative Commons, but I don't know how many people are actually searching that stuff. You know,
What is CCBY? What does that acronym stand for?
so it's they've got like all the tags are two letters on the CC, the different things, and that's attribution. So by, it's by this person. That's where they. I don't know why they did that instead of AT or something, because like non-commercial is in C, no derivatives is in D, share alike is SA, but then those are all kind of like very clear which two letters you would pick because they're the beginning of like, I mean, non is not really a word, but like they're kind of like the beginnings of the words, whereas attribution is clearly just one word. So, I mean, by makes sense if you're an English speaker, but I think it might confuse people that are not English speakers because they use the same letters across the planet.
Right.
They made a decision years ago that that's what it was going to be, and
I mean, because CC is an acronym, so I figured the other two letters means something else.
Yeah, for sure. So, I think that, I mean, the reason YouTube does that is because it's like the easiest one, like they don't have to mess with like, okay, now every derivative of this has to be share alike. Now that would be an easy thing, I would think, to do. Computers are good at tracking little tags like that. But the non-commercial stuff and the no derivative stuffs, their whole kind of thing is to have that remix button on there, and then if you can't remix it, then that's kind of pointless. So it is what it is. Yeah. So I think we should, now that you've said that came out this.
Is there any famous success? I just.
Oh, you're kind of breaking up. I don't know if that's me or you. You there?
Don't mind.
Oh, you kind of broke up there for a second. I don't know if that was me or you.
Shit, I'm losing you. Yeah, I'm breaking. No, I'm in a. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. I was just curious if there's any is there some one person or group that's known as like the most successful CC artist ever? Somebody that kind of like started like that, and then like a major label came for them or something like that, or.
I mean, Diablo Swing Orchestra. They put out a CC album, and then they started working with the dude from In Flames. So I don't really know. I mean, they're still putting out stuff. Looks like last year they put out an album. So, I mean, they're definitely one that I'm not real sure that anybody has gone from like, being like a global superstar.
Right.
But it's like, 9 Inch Nails, I think they won a Grammy, or at least they were nominated for a Grammy for a CC track. There've been plenty of people that have done CC stuff that have been nominated and won Grammys.
Which 9 Inch Nails track?
So Ghosts is the 4-album one. That's the one that was nominated. And Discipline, that album is also Creative Commons. So they, depending on how you look at it, they have 2 or 5 albums that are CC. And then the saxophonist Bob Reynolds, he won a Grammy, and with the band Snarky Puppy. And
I remember those guys.
Trying to think, I think there's been a few. And then like Beck released like a bunch of albums worth of like sheet music as Creative Commons, like not like a recorded album.
Oh, I
So
remember.
there's been like, you know, people that have dabbled in it, and then but like I think all of Bob Reynolds' solo stuff is Creative Commons. And then I'd say that like so New Focus Recordings, their stuff is all CC, and they have like, I mean, all of those people are full time. Well, I don't want to say all, but most of them are full time musicians. So you know they're all pretty much like music professors and or like you know they're full time symphony players or stuff like that. So you know, again, they're not selling out, you know, giant stadiums or anything like that. But yeah, there's plenty of people that are making money with music, releasing stuff as Creative Commons. So and I think like, you know, they just a lot of these people that go to Bandcamp and then they're like, oh yeah, you know, I don't care if people like make non-commercial stuff to like use my music, and so they just drop an NC tag on there, and they're not like, you know, you wouldn't say they were like part of the scene, really, you know, but they're putting out. Jonathan Colton's a big one, and he does music for NPR now. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him in a while, so I don't know if he's still releasing solo stuff. Amanda Palmer did a lot of CC stuff, and then she had a band, the Thin Folds, that they put out. I don't even know if it was. I don't even think it was an album. I think it was more like a EP that they did. But
Am I audible?
you are now.
Oh, okay, snap. All right. Yeah, I kind of came in at the last lap here. I don't have anything to contribute. I just kind of came in to just maybe be a nuisance. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Oh, the missus tapped me on the shoulder and she's like, "It's like 12:30. It's that thing you do. Are you gonna go join it?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So here I be. Yeah, I think Leo is in. He's probably in flight between
I thought he was.
continents at the moment.
Yeah, I thought he was back on the 16th. Did he end up heading back early or?
Oh, I think what it is he loses a day. Yeah, because he leaves
Gotcha.
there a day early, then he gets back on the 16th Japan time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
so,
early in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
as far as Long John, I guess, well, he was just with Leo. He just might be tired out, I guess.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, you arrived right in time because we're about to debut Head Snacks new video with CDoc.
We'll see. Actually, yeah, and last week, I think I played it on the show last
Oh,
week.
did we already play it? I missed it.
But
Last week.
nobody was here. I mean, it was even less of a crowd than it was
Well,
now.
Well, yeah, Donnie and Potsy and Long John. That's
Yeah,
four, I
well,
guess.
Potsy and Long John were together in the same place.
Yeah, for sure.
They were both at Long John's house. Doing Long John thing. But yeah, it definitely, the more the more spins, the merrier. It's a great.
Maybe that'll us talking about it again. People can go back and watch the archives.
Yo,
That'll give them
I
an
think your mic
excuse
was
to.
off for a second, or you were muted for a second.
I actually
Get back.
went down a Molson Twins hole last week,
Oh.
and downloaded all their shit and was listening, and it was highly entertaining for sure.
Man, yeah. But for the visual effect, those guys definitely have some.
No, it's just cool. There's a lot of different styles, and
yeah, man. Let's run the video, man. I mean, it's definitely good watching.
yeah, I was gonna say if you guys had a green screen, if you wanted to, do your verses, I could maybe make a remix video or something.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. No, Potsy was actually already mentioned to me that he had actually recorded his take when he actually.
Oh, word. Yeah, because you're dude. That remix is stupid fresh.
Man, like I said, that all goes to. That's all the credit to that goes to John Trope. That was a funky dude who had a funky song.
You put it together though, man. Come on, we can't be like denouncing our artistry over the people we sample, or then I have no talent whatsoever.
It was a soul. It was a soul. It wasn't like I mixed it with anything else. It was definitely all. It was all from one source, and it was a source. It was a bottomless well of dope shit.
Man, that
there's
chorus,
the finder's credit. Sure. What?
That horn lick though, that shit, like the way the lyrics fit in there was just brilliant. It made it pop.
Yeah, it was. It really came alive like Frampton, man. It just had a mind of its own. But yeah, but you and Doc too. Like I said, y'all made that especially that chorus line. It really it's infectious. So.
Thank you. It's definitely weird, and people are like, "What the fuck does poppycock mean? What the fuck is Tommy Rot?" They're like,
I mean, for me, the first thing that got me was the Cyndi Lauper reference. Like I was like, man, it brought me back to the Goonies. Like I was just like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shall we run it? Somebody's got it on standby.
I was just gonna point people back to last week, but if we want to, because we're kind of running low on time here. But yeah, we could play it.
Yeah. I mean, like Leo's notorious for just playing like something over and over again. So
you got to feed the almighty algorithm.
Yeah. Let's get it out there.
All right. Here we go. Hip hop poppycock.
Our style of hip hop is wild like bebop, side pop, rock, pop rock, sheba, bebop, maybe not. This is how we drop, how we rock, how we cop. We trash talk shop, happy as hogs and slop. Big dogs walking the block, hopping like frogs in swamps. This monologue's a romp, like Johnson Brothers stomp. Honesty Doc, like Hans and Franz, we pump you up.
Like Dudley do right, I'm back to unite all those who grew the view that's too bright. And while your crew might be enlightened by food fights, it was Professor Murder told me my science was too tight. Yes.
Shamalama ding dong, this sing song. My fangs ping pong slang that bangs like King Kong. I spray laugh tracks like bing bong, bing bong. I stay fat like yo ding dong, man, ding dong.
LOL, I'm dead, laughing, I plotted it like a rapping and grazing. In the grass was a gas, for dreads smacking on heads. It was snacking on tracks, my rap slapping on hand, clapping overlap wax, we shit chatting on.
Our style of hip hop is wild like bebop, side pop, rock, pop rock, sheba,
gentlemen and ladies who were brought into this world before the 1980s. Stop making gravy in your parents' Mercedes and having babies, and maybe we'll play these records on vacation to Haiti.
Rating hotter than Hades and flowing like the Euphrates. Parading like Macy's till we're pushing up daisies. Quaintly making art like Blakey and Count Basie. Crazy like playing Hey Ladies on ukuleles.
So we play replays, we run them on these days like cheese cut 3 ways. Cause he be the DJ. Screw you, Melon, I tell him it's not menstrual. My credentials written in pencil or monumental.
Non-judgmental, I rhyme what's not supposed to. Sometimes why, mostly A-E-I-O-U. Merci beaucoup, we flow true like Ogru. The go-to for hip-hop, poppycock, homebrew. Our style of hip-hop is wild like bebop. Sock hop, doo-wop, pop rock, she-bop. Bebop, bebop, maybe, maybe not. This is how we drop tiny rock, poppycock. Our style of hip-hop is wild like bebop. Sock hop, doo-wop, pop rock, she-bop. Bebop, bebop, maybe, maybe not. This is how we drop tiny rock, poppycock.
Self-taught like a rap, brothers out there. Self-taught like a rap. Rap, brothers out there. Self-taught like a rap, 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 rap. Design this.
Yeah, it's interesting the way the panning doesn't really come through over the app, so it just sounds like the scratch drops out and comes back in. Must be some Tamano or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
The visual effect, though, I mean, yeah, it comes through definitely.
Right on. I wanted to ask you on the remix. You scratch up some. It sounds like a movie. You're like, what are you doing? Like,
Oh yeah.
or
No,
whatever.
that's Dick Gregory from. There's like sample inserts from the movie called Putney Swope. I don't know if you're familiar with that title. So Putney Swope is from like 1969, and it's Dick Gregory is this guy who ends up becoming the chairman of the board for this advertising agency, and he just turns the whole thing on its head. And it's hard to explain, but he's got one line. He's just like, "Who do you think you are, Lawrence of Nigeria? Get out of here!" And then he's just like, his like minions are like, they're like, he's like, "Who did this?" He's like, "You did it, boss." "Oh yeah, that's pretty good," you know. So it's like, I just randomly threw that shit in there. It just was like, well, it's kind of a space here. So
No, that's dope. How do you get that onto a scratch sample?
Oh yeah, no, I like a lot of the stuff I scratch. I just throw onto an SD card and I use this.
But how do you get it to the SD? Like, are you actually like recording the audio while you're playing a digital file of the movie? Are you playing it off a VHS tape and recording it as a sample? Like,
oh no, like basically, like I've got a library of sample snippets from various movies, just all in wave form, and then at any given time.
How did it get to that?
Oh, it's just like taken right off of YouTube or something like that.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
So it's stuff that you sampled off of YouTube at some point, and you just build your catalog with that.
Yeah. Like you know, like if I wanted something, you know, from Martin Short's Clifford, like me and Leo have extensively taken lots of samples from that movie, and yeah, it's just basically whenever we have an idea during the track production stage, and we're just like, we need a sample of Clifford saying Dinosaur World, then we just go and play the part off of YouTube, and then just direct record off like the stereo mix of whatever you hear off your computer, kind of thing. Okay. So I mean, there's definitely nothing technical in terms of how we gank it. We just.
Well, when you mentioned the movies from 1969, so I don't even know, like, is that even on YouTube or something? I guess everything is by now. Huh?
Well, yeah, like with it's a fine film, man. It's called the title is called Putney Swope. and that's just the name of the main character. But like they've got a sample where he's got to like take this, homeless kid out for like kind of like a a publicity stunt to look like a good guy, and the kid's just like, fuck you, fuck the establishment, fuck you people that are trying to make me part of the unestablished establishment. He's like, okay, I'll take you to the zoo and the movies, like that's it. Fine film. If you haven't seen Putney Swope, I highly recommend that.
We're gonna run out of time here real quick. I'm gonna let you guys pick just based on the artist name what we play. We got Cellrot, Megabyte Ghost, Wellhawk, and Echoes from Jupiter.
I mean, I'd go for A. That was the one that jumped out. But
Cellrot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
All right. This is a lot of tracks. Actually, it's 8 minutes and 15 seconds long, so we can cut it if we need to. It's not all going to make the recording.